Okay. I think we're live. I think we're live. Ugh. You can tell I just got done with my plasma donation. Let's see. Maybe I can take this off now. Yeah, it looks like I can take this off now. All right. Well then, gang. I don't think that's true, Breakfast. I don't think I'm your imaginary friend. I'm everyone's imaginary friend. So, yeah, we're gonna play some Final Fantasy XIV today. And, yeah. If we fill up the bar up above, we will do Persona 5 later tonight instead of me door dashing. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Anyway, point is, Final Fantasy XIV stream. We're going to be starting to play Black Mage. I just want to give my little eulogy to Kevin Conroy, who passed away today. My Batman of my generation. I will never not hear his voice when seeing his, like, comic books and stuff. I especially liked his rendition in Batman Beyond. I thought he just did an amazing job of playing an older Bruce. But yeah, we don't know the specifics yet, but the voice actress who did Poison Ivy during his run said that he'd been sick for a while, so I think it might be like a Chadwick Boseman type thing where he might have had cancer or something and was keeping it, or Norm Macdonald as well, where they had cancer and they were keeping it quiet. So, it's sad. It's sad. He is a lot of our childhood. But if we all... a toast to a life well lived. Yeah, and I thought the same thing, Baggins. I had thought he had looked a little rough. So when I heard the news, I wasn't... like, I was surprised, but I wasn't shocked, if that makes a difference. I don't know. I think it makes sense in my head. But yeah. Well, let's get into this. Last we did anything in here, I had something to do with Black Mages. I don't remember what. I don't remember what at all. Yeah, Breakfast is uber 100%ing it. It is Anime Gamer. It is. It is one that has come highly recommended. In a bit of an interesting way. There's a whole... to the dungeons. I forget what... oh, that's right. This is the achievements thing. Alright. Oh, did I park myself? Oh, okay, looks like I did. Aye, the ferry docked to the base. This hill will carry you to the East Shroud. You should find Hawthorne Hut without much trouble. Okay. Speak with Emily at the Hawthorne Hut. I didn't say I'm on After Dark. It is Splice After Dark. Those are different things. This is very basic stuff. After Dark is a mindset. For those who don't know what I mean when I say After Dark is a mindset, which you can be forgiven for not understanding the difference there. We relaxed some of the rules in chat because the game content is not necessarily as PC as we normally would be playing, so wait. Oh wait, where's the mount button? It's the sprint. Limit break. Oh, wait. How did I... Dang it, what's the button for general skills? Job... profile? No. Oh, what was that? I did not know that button did that. Hey, Fammy, how's it going? Oh, right. I forgot to switch to this window. Good point. Good point. Not that. Not that. Not that. Is it this? Nope. My inventory. Here we are. It's the last one I checked. Fammy, how you doing today? Repair, cast glamour, duty action, teleport, materia extraction. I'm not in one right now. Do you what button? Where do I find the mount stuff? I'm still only used to the way WoW did things. I can't find where to pull up my collection of mounts. Let's see. All right, I'm in the general. I thought it was in here. Cast glamour, repair, glamour, paint, materia, target, forward duty, return, teleport. Oh, mount guide. Is that it? This might be it. I may have found it. I found it. I found it. Where's this supposed to go? East Shroud. How do I get there? Must be inside. Something.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. That was weird. I told you to go to Mount Guide right as you said, "Oh, Mount Guide," and I was just like, but then I couldn't tell that. I thought you could hear me, and then
yeah, no, I couldn't hear you.
You weren't responding to anything else.
Could not hear you whatsoever. I can't figure out how to get to this spot on the map.
Which spot?
The East Shroud.
East Shroud is let's see if you
like I expect to see a door or something here. Or a way to get up this hill. But I have yet to find it.
I'm not sure where you're going.
Me neither. That's part of the problem.
Oh, you're in the shaded bower. Okay, give me a sec. I'll meet you in.
Nope, not that way. I am level 30. I'm putzing around anime. I'm someone who used to play WoW, then just sort of fell out of love with that. People really talk up this game, but not the first part. And listening to that podcast you told me to, Baggins, makes me think I really should have bought a level skip.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it did the opposite of what you wanted.
But he was saying he wished he hadn't.
Yeah, and the more he talked about it, the more it made me wish I had.
That's so weird to me. You're a strange person.
Well, what it relates to is basically the game he's talking about is it's not the MMO experience I'm currently looking for.
Right.
And so he's talking about, oh, I just really want to pay attention to the stuff. It's like, that's not where I mentally am right now.
And so would you like just go back and do everything in New Game Plus, or?
To be honest, I probably just wouldn't play the game until I'm in the mood for something more like that. Because right now I'm getting that experience from Persona 5, where I'm really wanting to pay attention and see stuff. No,
I am trying to find where you are, but because your stream is like 30 seconds delayed, I cannot find you because every time I get to where I think you are,
I'm by Mitani.
Okay, that's...
Look, I'm sure he's very important. Here's this sign. Does this sign help? I see a water wheel.
Oh, I see where you are. You're by the Lancers Guild.
Yeah,
there you are.
When I look at the map...
Are you trying to get to the East Shroud?
Yeah. I can't figure out...
So go down here and talk to Ferry Skipper.
Okay.
And you're going to want to go to Sweet Bloom Pier.
No, the map made it look like it was just a
Walking,
walkover. Yeah. Huzzah! All right, thank you. Your service has been invaluable.
Was that a not so subtle invitation for me to leave you alone now?
Not really. It was just more of a thank you.
Oh, okay.
What the crap? Those concern me.
What, the Hogpets?
No, the walking trees. I've
I mean,
seen
those should be concerning.
I know how Wizard of Oz works.
I haven't seen them throw apples yet.
You never know. Can't trust trees, just like you can't trust vegetables. Anime, that's a great question, whether or not I'm a furry. Does it count if I'm part dragon?
You're scaly. No, they're not part dragon, actually.
Oh, I thought they were part dragon. That's how it was explained.
No,
to me.
people think they're part dragon, but they actually aren't. They're just something else.
I have a tail. I made the mistake of letting chat make my character, and I regretted it.
We can get you a Fantasia potion to change.
No, that'd be dissing chat.
Maybe after you get through ARR, because it actually gives you a free Fantasia at that point. But then it's within the bounds of the game.
But basically, I said I will not be a
Lalafell?
Yeah, Lalafell, because they creep me out. They're like Teddy Ruxpin come to life, and I won't be a bunny person. And I didn't realize how many other options there were for shenanigans.
They're all options for shenanigans.
I learned this. Whimsy. Okay. Hey, Sidon. Congrats. So sylphs are spren, right?
Sylphs are sort of plant people.
Oh, dang it. Gotta murder them
They're
all
called
then.
they're cultivation spren that can
Okay.
fly.
Overpowered. Not allowed.
They're like a cross between a cultivation spren and an honor spren.
I love how chat is just going to be utterly confused by all this.
Eddie Ruxpin was that bad. I lived through that. Those soulless dead eyes.
Try being a small child who was having it read to him. It was creepy. He looked around. And then he subdivided and became Furbies. I've decided I don't like this person. That tee-hee concerns me.
What are you doing at the moment? Like, what are
I'm
you
talking
working
to
on?
people.
I mean, are you working on MSQ? Or are you doing Black Mage stuff? But
I think this is Black Mage stuff. I forget what the symbols are.
are the blue quests are probably going to be the. If you look at the top left,
Top
are you
left.
working
Oh.
on my my feisty little chocobo?
No, I'm doing Sylphic Studies.
Yeah, that's MSQ.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
then my feisty little chocobo is sort of a side thing. That actually gets your mount, I think. Or did you get your mount?
I got my mount.
Well, why aren't you mounted?
Because I forget that I have a mount. And then I started in a city, and I forgot that that's how it works in this game. Did you just pixie dust me?
It's sort of like the
Stop pixie
Dust-
dusting me.
multicolored
guy.
pixie dust just for you.
This effing guy.
It was more of a hippo dust sort of thing.
That's not making it better. Hippo dust sounds a lot worse than pixie dust.
But my hippo's floating right now.
That's your hippo's problem, not mine. Hey, Beanie Bunny. I used to have faith and trust, then I grew up. Now all we have is piss and vinegar.
That's a completely different song.
And always let your conscience be your guide. Money, money, money. I don't see anyone mobbing. How are we going to poison anyone? I hate this entire quest.
What quest is it?
There's like, go talk to this person. Go talk to this
Oh.
person. Go talk to this
Yeah.
person.
And this is one of the most frustrating aspects of.
And it's like, you guys
Realm
keep
Reborn.
telling me lore about something I care nothing about.
So maybe you do want to buy a skip.
Where am I going? Oh, she's nowhere close. He said his wife, so I assumed she was nearby. Apparently not. Oh, I didn't realize you played, Beanie Bunny. Are you a longtime player?
in honor of Kevin Conroy, I'm playing as a Dark Knight.
Oh, see, I like what you did there. Rosa Hawthorne, so help me if you tell me to go talk to someone else.
She will.
Don't know what these words are. Use amber syrup on the curious tussock and slay the Ochu.
Yeah, tussock is actually just like a... It's sort of a lump of grass.
Excuse me. Oh, wait, I can't dismount by attacking.
Push Z to dismount.
Ugh. I need to rebind things to something I understand. I just want to burn a tree down, excuse me. Take that, you stupid tree. That'll teach you. The tree slug may live. An Ochu looks stupid.
I just realized that all my key bindings are off because when I redid what's it called? When I reinstalled Windows, I lost all of my
Oh right, yeah.
settings. And I haven't redone them for Dark Knight. I've redone them for other classes, but it was like I pushed a button, a different spell came out. I was like, I didn't cast. Oh no!
The answer is yes, I am a Captain Planet villain. For those who were curious.
Or is Captain Planet the true villain?
No, he's just a hippie. With questionable fashion sense. That mullet is curious, to say the least. Jeez, 10,000 hours on this game? Wow.
Got about 1,400. How many hours do you think you've got on WoW?
I'd have to log into WoW to find it out. It's a lot. It's definitely a lot.
I'd say it's probably over 10,000 hours.
Yeah.
In fact, I'd say it's almost definitely over 10,000 hours.
Yeah, I don't know. I avoided things like that. I don't want to know information like that.
It just makes you sad.
Not sad, but more questioning what I'm doing with my life. A Beanie Bunny, if, Oh, wait, the Ko-Fi goal isn't showing. There we go. Although that shouldn't be there. That should be up here. If we fill that, we'll be doing some Persona 5. That's the wrong button. I shouldn't hit that. Oh. No, hope that text wasn't important. No, probably not. It's about more Sylph stuff.
If you click event in the bottom left corner, you can read over what they've said.
Bottom corner. I think I'm in the middle of a...
After the conversation.
Okay, I was like, nothing there, so must be later. Yeah, I don't think it was important. Just have him talking to me part of the same quest.
Yeah. You got to forgive a little bit because they were still trying to recover from 1.0 at this point.
I will forgive nothing. Jeez, like I thought I was the one who was being unforgiving. You just like launched shadows or something inside their home.
I'm a dark knight. I don't forgive. It's what I don't do.
But yeah, that's what's going on, Beanie Bunny. If we can fill that up, we'll do some Persona 5. If not, I have to DoorDash. Money is money. It's Cucamongo. He's not familiar to this one. This one does not trust the strange walking ones. Strange dancing ones might be a different story.
Yeah, these are the selves.
Oh, slash dance? Is that enough?
I think you have to have make sure you.
Oh, okay, completed. There we go.
Yay!
Huzzah. Milk root and a letter. I do think it's clever how they introduce emotes and stuff into the actual quest lines to teach people to do stuff.
There's some that it's cool the first time, but it's more frustrating where you actually have to say stuff in like S chat.
Oh, that is a little obnoxious.
The obnoxious part is that it's case sensitive.
Oh dear. You're like, they can't hear case.
But like it's like it'll be like say something with this phrase in it. So you can type anything out that you want as long as it includes that phrase, but it is case and punctuation sensitive.
Okay, that'd be an interesting superpower. You can hear case.
Actually, that's similar to something Brandon Sanderson did in his book or his short story I Hate Dragons.
Oh, really?
He could hear typos.
Interesting.
You know, so like they'd say they're over there, and he's like, "You said the wrong one." He's like, "What? What? They sound the same." He's like, "I heard it."
So, erstwhile fluttery fiends feeling uncommonly wary. But yeah. So yeah, I'm just working through it. Okay, you aren't improving this situation.
I'm helping.
You aren't helping. There's so many monsters, and I'm in the middle of a difficult diplomatic negotiation. What the crap was that supposed to be?
What do you mean?
The effect. I can't tell what it's supposed to be.
It was just inhaling.
Okay, I didn't realize that's what flying pigs did.
It's a porksy.
It's a flying pig. I will call it what it is. I will not accept your shenanigans.
But it's a clever name.
that count?
I don't think I've ever seen the
Uli Da.
Uli Da.
Isn't that the name of this? No, that's the name
Da
of the
is
city.
That's the city. Our dance. The human female dance is one of the dumbest in the game.
What? It's pretty generic.
It's about as generic as it gets.
I mean, it's not the Macarena, but
It's basic is what it is. It's basic.
They're so basic. I can't really tell what my character's doing either. Like, what is this?
It's a twirly dance.
I can't do the human dance. I'm not human. Smiles and high spirits to all little sauce. The better news, fight through covers those accursed leg cramps. Those are the good deeds quick spread. Wait, saying I'm getting thaumaturge experience. I thought I'm a black mage now.
What? Black mages and thaumaturges share experience.
Oh, okay. Cool.
It really only matters in the case of arcanists, because that means if you level a summoner, you're also leveling a scholar, which is a healer class.
Okay.
So, but all the others, it's basically the same thing.
The Ziz Gorlins and Gallnats that roam these parts are especially troublesome. Ziz Gorlin. Ziz Gorlin.
There it is.
I did not expect... Wait, how did I get credit for a fate? I didn't do anything. Right, I can mount. I don't know what I'm... Oh, it's part of the same quest, okay. You know, I remember gnats being smaller. That must be what's so galling about these ones.
This is what happens when you leave food out overnight. The gnats get huge.
Is this one? You want gall gnats? This is how you get gall gnats. There it is. All right, we are done. All right, Cucamonga. You like my efforts? Yeah, so other than Beanie Bunny chat, have any of you played this?
I have.
You have, yes, this is true.
I guess you were asking chat, so.
You're technically in it. You're doing good work. Hey, Foreign, how you doing? Investigate suspicious presence. Okay, how do I disable the mount music?
Go to, I think it's character settings, or maybe it might be, or character configuration, or yeah, character or system configuration, and then sound settings, and there's a play music when mounted.
Okay.
You can also turn off the combat music if you want.
There we go. It's like, it's fun the first time.
Yeah.
It's annoying now.
I've got mine turned off. Well, and different mounts have different music, and so.
From ridiculously busy with what, Foreign? I never played Minecraft with music. I just found it to be weird. Oh, phew, I was worried this person was like at the top of the tower or something. Why is the new Minecraft music weird specifically? Oh, that's right. I don't know. Does that affect the those of us still playing the Java edition? We played both? Wow. Oh, I didn't mean to talk to you. I'm sorry, is your chocobo wearing a hat?
Yeah, it's a black mage hat.
Is your chocobo a black mage, or is this false advertising?
I mean, I haven't really asked. I didn't think it polite.
Well, that's a mistake.
He's also wearing black mage robes and black mage like leggings.
I just can't help but feel that he's misrepresenting his skill. I haven't seen him cast a single spell.
I don't think you want to test it. When a chocobo goes black mage, it gets scary.
I want to test it.
No, I don't think you do.
I do.
Out of thoughts for your safety, I'm not going to test it.
That's exactly what a non-black mage
Because I'm a
do.
good person. Also, I run faster than you do.
Okay. Oh,
I'm helping.
yeah, you kind of are.
Would you rather I not? Or, like, I don't want to...
I don't care.
You know...
enough.
So, okay.
It's not like that was like some in-depth combat that was about to happen. Oh, was that it? Oh my goodness, I thought there would be at least a couple. It's one fight, then you're done. Frankly, if I could, I'd let the steel ones hurt you, but that's not part of the MSQ, so you're getting helped out here. Don't trust fairies.
They're not fairies.
They're basically fairies.
They're sylphs.
And what is the difference between a sylph and a fairy?
These are little plant... They're actually made of plant stuff.
So they're plant fairies.
You have no imagination.
No, I just don't like face stuff usually. Certain things just don't click with certain people.
What about like the darker, creepier face stuff?
Even that still doesn't really...
Like the actual Celtic lore stuff.
Nah, I've never liked Celtic lore stuff.
Ah.
It just, I don't know, all the woodland stuff just never speaks to me. Hedge witches. Anything happening in a forest, I'm just like, let's just chop it down, solve the problem. I got the wrong message from Fern Gully.
Which is why Ul'dah looks like it does. People like you.
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with the look of Ul'dah.
I'm not talking about the city itself, I'm talking about the area, Thanalan, not Ul'dah itself.
At least it looks fine. But no, like in WoW, Druid would be the very last class I'd play. Because it leans heavily into that stuff, and from what I can tell, they do a good job.
Mm.
So, do you know why the MSQ's logo is a duck foot?
It's not a duck foot, it's a meteor.
It's a meteor?
Yeah.
What's the thing in the middle of it? Looks like a duck foot to me.
Where's the duck foot? Oh. You know, I'm not even sure. Like, you're talking about the thing where next to where it says Brotherly Love?
Yeah. Well, no,
not sure
not there, not there, but inside the actual logo. Like,
Oh, that's an arrow. That's like a play button.
oh, that's supposed to be a play button. Okay. Looks like a duck foot to me.
Like a continuing the quest. So yeah, that's not the MSQ symbol is the outer ring, that fiery thing.
Gotcha.
That's the meteor, and then an exclamation point in it is this is how to start the next MSQ quest. The play is this is continuing the same, and a green check is this is finishing that quest.
All right, so we start with the ducks. I get it now.
It all comes back to ducks.
It always does. If one thinks hard enough. It all comes
That's-
back to ducks.
That should be the title of your memoir.
It all comes back to ducks.
Yes.
Where is this guy? Aha. Sup, weird hunch ostriches.
They're Gorlins. Yeah, Final Fantasy has all sorts of words.
Gorlins weren't ones that I remember from FF10. Oh. Blended right in. Commence battle for brotherly love.
You're on your own. Oh, that's right. You're hanging out with Ida and Papalimo.
I have a lot of questions about her fashion sense.
Yeah, that's odd.
Oh, so
All the costumes get an upgrade.
then it's that.
You have a problem if Mithril joins voice chat? Chat.
Sorry, just I'm in the middle of the battle. Oh. Fine, I'll murder you first. That one's dead. I do not want to be here. Yeah, you better run. All right, what was going on?
Mithril was wanting to jump on voice chat.
Oh, yeah, sure. Do we get to cutscene away to Little Solace? That'd be awesome. Dang it.
It's possible.
We did not.
Oh, there you are. Never mind. So yeah, Mithra, if you want to join, you can join.
Their mosquito problems are out of control. Okay, now let's fix... Somehow, my fire, my ice got mixed up. I didn't notice it because I hadn't had an extended combat. You definitely can't trust those birds. They have a millipede for a tail. Oh, we're not done, are we?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hey, how's it going, Mithril?
It's going. Life is life.
Indeed it is. These are true things.
Yeah, I took the day off work today because when I heard I wouldn't have a job, I'm like, okay, I need a day to look for one.
What now?
So I'm moving cross country,
Uh-huh.
and even though my manager really wanted me, the head of the department was like, I'm sorry, this is a position is not a remote position, so no.
Oh, yikes.
So, yeah. Luckily, it shouldn't shake up too much of our plans elsewise. Talking with like lone people and whatnot, but yeah, it's definitely been an interesting shakeup nonetheless.
Oh, sorry about that, man.
It is what it is. How are you doing?
Oh, grinding through.
Fair enough, fair enough. Still in like the level 20-ish quests, I think.
Yeah.
My volume settings are all weird.
A lot of talking.
Has YouTube been like really slow for anyone else? Or is it just me?
Can't say. Has been for me.
On and off.
Okay, because I was wondering, because like I've been trying to upload stuff. I just did went on a recording bender last night, and I haven't been able to upload any of my videos because I was like, well, no, my upload speed is fine, but YouTube is like trying to prevent me from even like, watching your stream right now.
Huh.
I'm wondering if it's like
Well,
if that's my computer or if it's
I don't
YouTube
like
itself.
that.
I know.
I prefer it where people watch my stream.
I would prefer to be able to watch your stream.
Well, then let's make this happen. YouTube, what's the holdup? Why are you throttling my stream specifically?
Why you gotta be like that?
Yeah, be like that. Guess I can't go that way.
So you have the Black Mage Jobstone now.
Yep.
He is indeed the blackest of mages.
And then I'm sure it's been a total transformation. Nothing like Thaumaturge.
Nothing. Apparently I have Blizzard 3 now, but I'm not sure what to do with it. I probably should equip it. How is it different from Blizzard 2?
So the naming conventions are odd on the spells because
It's
1 is your single target, 2 is your AoE,
And then 3 is a more
3
powerful single target, isn't it?
Let me double check. I think so. Back when I was leveling Black Mage, I think you had to like. There was some restriction around 3, or maybe I was thinking 4. I don't know. I don't play Black Mage. My Black Mage is level 60.
Oh, I don't have it yet. Looks like I'll have it at 35.
At least with White Mage, like, Cure is my heal. Cure 2 is just a better heal that essentially replaces... It depends on the spell. Because, like, I know with White Mage Stone, it's just replaced with the higher version of it.
Yeah. A lot of times when you get, like, a new spell of the upper number, it just replaces the previous one with, like, a higher potency.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes, and this is mostly with Black Mage and then the healers. Healers for the heal spells and Black Mage for, like, most of their spells. Instead of replacing it, you will just get another new spell that has a different niche use.
Right.
And so the naming scheme is not necessarily super convenient. But yeah, it's usually like, for Black Mage, 1 is your basic single target, 2 is your multi-target, 3 is usually single target, but maybe has like a more niche use. And then 4 is like the big one, but can only be cast at certain times. If I remember right. Again, I don't play Black Mage.
I don't either, but my Chocobo does.
Nice.
It does not. I
My
need to see it cast
Chocobo
something.
plays,
My Magnificent Hat would say otherwise.
Your
I
Magnificent
think I know
Hat
what
is
my
not a
Chocobo's
credential.
guardian
This
is
isn't
right
TF2.
Magnificent Hats are absolutely a credential for Black Mage.
Anyone can fake these things. Alright, so apparently I came to this entire city to talk to one person. Now I have to walk to a different city.
Yep, welcome to Realm Reborn.
Realm Reborn wasn't made... Like, Realm Reborn was meant to be the... You know, it was made to be a... This is a game that you come and you play for a long time and the story is the eventual reward. Now, it's at the very beginning and everybody's got to go through it, but they want to get through it faster so they can get to the new stuff.
Basically, yeah, the way that they've streamlined stuff so that way endgame jobs don't have too much button bloat is that they've ended up simplifying a lot more of the early game stuff. And so whereas I think before you would have been getting new abilities every 2 or 3 levels, now you only get them every 5 levels as part of your job quest, and it feels pretty bare bones. Also, you had the good stuff of like forced multi-classing back in Realm Reborn and Heaven's Word.
That's like, to get some of these jobs, you actually have to have X number of levels in Pugilist and X number of levels in whatever.
Yeah, so if I remember right, the one of the few I remember is that Black Mage used to be level 30 Thaumaturge and level 15 Archer.
Okay.
And everyone needed to level Black Mage, though, because that was the only job that gave Swift Cast.
Oh, really?
And then you would use Swift Cast as a cross-class skill on your healers,
That's
so you could
right.
Swift Cast Res. I didn't play during this time, but I've heard horror stories.
That was
About
all in
horror
1.0, wasn't it?
I think that was still available as of Heaven's Word, but I don't
Oh,
actually
really?
remember.
Yeah, I didn't start until Shadowbringers, so...
Same.
I didn't start until whatever this is now.
Endwalker.
And
Walker.
Endbringers.
Endwalker.
Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah.
Walker. Yeah.
Texas End Ranger.
Skywalkers, yeah. No. But yeah, the initial design of A Realm Reborn and Heaven's Word and whatnot. The initial design of Final Fantasy XIV was a lot more reminiscent of types of stuff you would have in a single player RPG, single player Final Fantasy. Like,
Well, and a lot of it was also reminiscent of 11.
yeah. And it's like, I'm fine doing stuff in a single player game, like, oh yeah, level all these different classes to get these other ones. It's kind of like prestige classes in like Pathfinder or something.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is when you're doing this in an MMO and it's like Act 1 of a now effectively 5-act MMO
Right.
story, it kind of doesn't work, and so they've had to trim down a bit.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, there's still a lot of stuff to enjoy that's enjoyable about Realm Reborn. I enjoyed my time with it, but
Mm-hmm.
I understand when people say that it's like kind of slow until what they're talking about.
Yeah, I do feel like going through it makes the rest of the game much better. Just because it does introduce you to and sort of gradually get you acclimated to this world. And once you are, I think it makes the future stuff, the rest of the stuff better. But it is definitely some work to get through.
Wait, I thought I could teleport there.
You know, it introduces you to characters that later on, when they have moments, you're like, I remember when they were going through that in A Realm Reborn. This is a big character shift for them.
This away.
Where are you trying to go?
I just teleported to
Right, Limsa Laminsa.
Yeah, that.
Or just Limsa is what most people call it.
The L place. And I just had to figure out where I had to go.
City on a boat.
City is a boat.
City is a boat.
What?
Except that it's really just a fortress. Like they keep saying it's made of the boats. I'm just like, no, this is just made
These
of
are
on the
rocks.
island. Yeah.
Kyo rune. Oh, there. Had to find the duck foot. And now they want me to go on more fetch quests. I know people make fun of the kill 30 buzzards quests, but I find
You miss them?
I far prefer them to this.
The run and not kill
and-
stuff quests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if the dialogue was interesting, but like I can just tell this isn't important.
And that's why, like I said, it gets better. You're getting to the part where the story does pick up and the dialogue picks up a little bit, but it gets like, as you've heard a million times, it's right before Heavensward that everything really picks up.
Yeah. As of this moment, it's still primarily world building.
But as you get to the next, trial where you fight one of the the icons, you know, like you fought Ifrit,
Mm-hmm.
it starts picking up really around that point.
I don't remember what was next. Yes, it does. Okay.
Mhm.
Nope, that's not
I
it.
did promise I wouldn't spoil anything, so yeah.
And I know Jordan well enough to know what he would and wouldn't consider a spoiler.
Mhm. Yeah.
All right,
There
where,
are
where,
people
where are
who-
we boating to?
I'm concerned about any person named Weinberg.
Is
What do you mean?
Weinberg taking
Don't
to
you want him?
Wineport?
Don't you want him piloting your boat?
You
Where are we
see,
going?
you've sort of centered on my my main concern here.
Are we going to Aleport or to Costa
Oh,
del
it's
Sol?
ferry to Aleport. Okay.
Hold-
Weinberg
It
to
says-
Aleport?
Speak with Aldfo. Oh, man, this
Alphabet.
in Aleport, yeah.
Alphabet.
But that name can just absolutely,
Alphabet.
go and do something
Alt-
else.
Alt fleet?
Aldfoet.
Unclear what the name was supposed to be.
I want you to understand. I don't care how big you are. Your name is stupid.
Alt boat.
Oh.
It's the Germanic names, the Germanic and Welsh names.
I
The
was
Welsh
gonna say
names,
if
they
you-
don't even know what they're doing, but they just try and walk by, pretend they know what they're doing, and try and sneak past. I know what they're up to.
Dude, I'm Welsh, okay?
So
I've
am
got
I,
A lot of
and-
Welsh in me.
I was gonna say, what are your thoughts on the Rogadin place names?
The what?
The names of places rather than people.
Places or things?
Okay, I don't understand what the question is.
I don't know.
You've already expressed your frustration with Rogadin character names.
Oh,
What do you think of the Rogadin place names?
I'm going to be 100% honest. I don't know what the Rogadin places are.
Oh, that's what I was meaning though, is that their characters are named like their locations.
Oh, you're talking about like
Merlid Blowfishwin, Hoary Boulder, stuff like that.
I'm sorry, a what boulder?
Hoary. Like
What
as in
type of
hoarfrost.
smut are you trying to get me into?
Jordan, if that's what you think
say
this-
that.
If that's what you think the smut part of FF14 is, then
Oh,
you're in for some surprises.
I've seen grinding gear. I know what
so
horrors
you,
are coming.
You know what type of game this is. Surely.
No,
No.
I'm not going to.
Online
say any
interactions
specifics,
are not
but
not rated by the ESRB.
I did show Jordan a brief shot from Grinding Gears when they went into the Beehive for the first time.
Yeah. Yep.
And let me tell you, their viewers definitely enhanced the experience.
As you do,
As happens when people stream Final Fantasy 14, I've noticed.
The goal
least
is to
when
let
they're not.
people know it's weird.
It's interesting because so many people try to sell people the game by showing everyone the weirdness of it, which I think for
Yeah.
a lot of people turns them
Oh, dang
off
it,
the
I
game.
went the wrong way.
Well, and the weirdness isn't there unless you actively go looking for it.
Yeah, the weirdness only applies once you've gone through the entire story, and then you're like, okay, I'm engaging with this for better or worse.
Probably both at the same time. Hey, Smashy Boy. Just playing Final Fantasy 14. Going through the MSQ.
Just a chill hangout day.
I went to the wrong spot because the map was super zoomed out and I saw the name, but I misunderstood where the check mark was. It wasn't at the beginning of the name, it was at the end of the name. Unless I just went the completely wrong route.
That will happen sometimes.
Or was it the other way around? I don't know. I should have paid attention so it doesn't happen again, but...
Forgot about Memoron.
Not sure if you've seen the Final Fantasy put out the beginner guide.
Oh, the beginner guides are...
It.
There's
So have you ever gone
special.
through like one of those like really like work boardroom training type videos series? It feels like that, but for Final Fantasy.
Is that supposed to make me want to see it? Or...
It's amusing.
Weird. It's weirdly amusing. If you want something that's slightly more amusing, Preach Gaming.
Oh, he redid it. That's
Has
right.
started making his own sarcastic remake of it, kind of like a shot-for-shot remake, but just very sarcastic, and the idea being this is what the new player experience actually is.
Although Grinding Gear actually did a watch through and analysis of it, and it was kind of impressive how, like, because they'd be watching, and it's like, oh, well, it should have told us about this, and then immediately after that, it would tell them, and it's like, oh, well, that's okay. Like, this is what I would be curious about right at this point. It was like, and it was impressive how well they did that.
It's a pretty solid, like, new player guide experience. Like, it doesn't cover everything, but it covers a lot of the, like, kind of important stuff, which is actually surprising considering for the longest time they've had, like, nothing, you know?
Right.
Right. Gotta dismount. It's not a fate target, is it? Oh, it is.
Yeah, if it's got that purple symbol, then it's a fake target.
I think I have to kill these types of things, but just not these
But not these
specific
things.
ones.
Yes and no. So it's like you have the little meteor symbol on them, so they are a...
Oh, they do have the meteor symbol? I didn't
Yes,
see
they
that.
are a quest mark, but because they have the fate symbol on them, you have to join the fate in order to begin attacking them.
Yeah, I'll just murder these ones instead.
Yeah, I think it's those ones are... Yeah, coral pups with like coral whiskers. Yeah, they have the icon there, so that's they're a valid target for the quest.
You have been judged.
Apparently. What the crap is that? It's Simurg.
It's a fate boss.
Murder him.
Those are harder, and I can't be super high level.
That's
to
okay,
attack.
but still murder him.
Okay, I also don't have my.
We'll do an actual boss fate. Okay.
I don't have my UI set up, so I'm not sure where my rotation is.
Did you like data center travel or something, or are you just on a different computer?
No, I did a complete reset, like a Windows reinstall.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it. I forget exactly how fates get scaled.
Smurg is the word. That's funny. No, we murdered that giant bird. Don't you feel accomplished? I feel accomplished.
Feel dirty.
Depopulating the wildlife, one animal at a time.
And now you really are a Captain Planet villain.
Look, this is how we're gonna make profit. Step one is
MMOs
murder all
turn
the
you
animals.
into Captain Planet villains.
Step two is step three is
Become a-
profit.
Become a gillionaire.
Yeah.
And they're trying to be an honest billionaire because that takes work.
Look, all I know is step
Actually-
3 is profit.
I actually have there's somebody in our FC who's
Oh, they have that title?
yep, and that's the one that they use.
Well, of course you'd use it. That takes. That's actually. I guess it's not hard per se.
What
but
is-
it's
what
pretty
is
long
the-
grind.
What is it? What's
It's making. I forget how much gil it is. Out of I think it's leave quest turn-ins.
Oh wow.
Yeah, for like the crafting and gathering leaves. I forget the specifics, but yeah, it's one of those like achievement titles.
Making the money just by turning them in, or by just crafting them and selling them on the
I
market?
think it has to be out of turn-ins,
Okay.
but I don't actually remember.
Yeah. I finally got all my crafters up to level 90, so.
Mm-hmm. Feels good.
Yep. Now I just need to start gearing them. Hey, Splice Shadowbound is level 32.
Indeed. That happened.
Oh, you just teleported. Did you go to Limsa?
No, I went to Gridania. The new one, apparently. Although now I'm questioning whether I went to the right spot. I did not go to the correct spot.
Where do you need to go?
Quarry Mill.
Oh, that's south of here.
And apparently I do not have that. No, let's double check that, make sure it's closer.
Quarry Mill is where the Palace of the Dead is.
Sounds pleasant.
It's palatial.
Cozy. Wait, clicking on that worked. Dang it. I can't go to Quarry Mill, so I'm gonna go to Bent Branch.
I'm in Quarry Mill. I'll wait for you.
Want to say Palace of the Dead?
I did say it.
Oh, POTD. That's an experience.
I've only gotten up through 40. And that was plenty for me.
Yeah, I did like the queued runs. I've gone through 100 at least once, like with a party of other people. But I haven't done the full thing though.
I may need to try. I haven't done Heaven on High yet, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've only did the first couple floors of HOH because I needed it for triple triad cards.
Jordan, what we're talking about are the what are the deep dungeons? Which
Deep dungeons.
think Torghast.
That's what I kind of gathered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not as
Not as grindy as Torghast.
wingy though. One, they're not required for any sort of
Right.
high level character progression, so no one the only people doing them are the people doing them for fun, or I guess
who
the
are,
people
who are
using
grinding,
them to
grinding XP.
grind XP up to level like 50 or 60. I think they're pretty fast.
Or if they want to get like glamour stuff.
Yeah, they're doing it for glamour or fun or whatever, but they're not doing it for like, it's not something like, hey, you have to go in and do it once a day or once a week on your,
Right.
yeah. There's no artifact power or whatever it was.
Yeah. Also known as the WoW devs not confident enough in their own design, so they make it required.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, there's also, excuse me, it's not like Torghast quite as much either, because it's not like, hey, you reach the end and then you get a big like power boost that changes how your character plays, so it's not full like roguelike like that.
Shame, that's the part of it I liked.
Yeah. Palace of the Dead is pretty different. Not for everyone, but have some fun elements to it.
Well, that's the thing about good MMO design is you don't design everything to be for everyone.
Exactly. Speaking of Palace of the Dead, there is at AGDQ this January, someone's going to do a speed run of floors 171 through 180. I think they chose that set because the boss at the end of 180 apparently is like really, like, there's some like interesting engagement stuff to it. It's not just going to be super boring. Yeah, solo machinist run through that 10 floor gap, so that should be fun.
Oh, I've got a package at the front door. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Have fun. I forgot how much like back and forth between major cities there were in the early MSQ.
Yep.
It's like you're coming all the way out to Gridania and then all the way back to Limsa, back and forth.
Yeah, it's my main complaint.
Yeah.
It's just, it doesn't feel narratively rewarding. Because it's like, hey, pick up some booze over here.
That's fair.
Like, at least
So
when I went
don't
on
actually...
the tour of the cities, it's like, okay, we're going to give you some cinematics here. There's going to be some payoff.
I'm wondering if what they're doing, if what it's like now is... like how different it is from when I went through, because I played through it like the patch or two before they condense it all, and they cut like 100 quests from the MSQ. But I'm wondering if those quests made it feel like it was flowing a little bit better instead of...
From what I've heard, Baggins had me listen to a podcast, and I think it had sort of the opposite effect it was supposed to have. The guy talked about how they cut stuff, but he suggested like, oh, you know, so I went back and did it again afterwards because he felt like he missed out on some stuff. And my reaction was sort of like, oh, I kind of want a mindless MMO right now. I don't want to get lore where I have to be paying attention.
Yeah, because it seems like they cut out most of the mindless parts and just gave you the lore parts, but unfortunately the lore parts are... they would have... it's that weird thing of like, I understand why they cut it for like the sheer amount of time, but they cut the quests that weren't quite as lore-centric, but those quests that weren't quite as lore-centric were a little bit more like combat-focused and whatnot, so...
Yeah. And right now I feel like I'm playing a walking sim.
Yeah, there's a quest series you'll get around... I'm gonna be vague so Baggins doesn't kill me. Around level 30, as you approach level 30, that was kind of notorious for how, not necessarily how grindy it was per se, but that it felt like it was designed to feel tedious. And while they cut out a decent chunk of the tedium from that, they still kind of have to introduce all the characters and send you through enough of it, so it kind of feels... in a way, it almost feels... it's less and more tedious at the same time, because you only really do like one thing for each of the characters instead of like 5 things for each of them, but at the same time, it feels like, why did I have to go all the way out here just to meet this one guy and kill one monster for him, you know?
I'm sure it was important.
It's funny looking back on it, but in the moment it is definitely like okay, what the heck is going on with this? Can we please just get on with it? There's a big story thing happening, and you're just telling me to waste my time?
That part I don't know about. I just know that right now, it's mostly been a walking simulator.
Yeah.
Thankfully, now I'm actually... right now, I'm in the middle of a quest that actually has combat.
Yeah. I worry if they cut a little too close to the core with what they cut, because I feel like you don't really get too much combat unless you're doing your either stopping around to do fates or side quests, or you're doing your class quests. I worry that they may have cut too much of the
Well,
combat
and I think that's why I'm so over leveled, is I gravitated more towards the class stuff, because even though I wasn't really intrigued by the storyline of it, I was much more intrigued by the fact I was actually doing stuff.
Yeah, no worries. I'll be right back. I have to run to the restroom.
And back.
What did you get?
New rolling pin.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah.
Does it do
It's
anything
got-
special?
It's got little rings on each end, so you can set it to a certain thickness and just have it automatically measured, so you're not like, oh, this is about a ½ inch. Sure.
Is it used as a weapon?
No, the French rolling pin I have is better for that,
Okay.
because that's just basically a wooden dowel with tapered ends.
But that's only for fighting French people, right?
Or French zombies.
Gotcha. Zombies are people too.
Zombies were people.
Let's find his cuts of meat. Laurentius, maybe.
Laurentius.
Stretch. All right. Yes, I'm sure I'm just going to speak with this guy and not murder him. Where is he? Oh, there it is. Ah, there he is. We're just gonna bother him to death? Wanna try this again? And for the record, I'm not the worst.
Yeah, he's only the second worst.
Second to last place. I'll get you, Amstray.
You did a great job.
Okay then. Finally getting stuff that's closer to my level.
Whoa.
You have no
The
longer...
Instance just dropped an episode.
What?
It looks like he did another interview with Chris Metzen.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Ooh, I also just got a notification that Smoking and Grilling with AB just posted an episode called Smoked Chicken Baked Potato, or Smoked Barbecue Chicken Baked Potato.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so that'll be an interesting watch.
I could have taken him.
You have to defeat.
And he sure gave up the ghost pretty easily. miss it? Guess so. Oh, hey, important stuff finally. Oh, yeah, so far. Been kind of boring. But looks like we're about to go in a dungeon.
Oh, are you going in a dungeon? Do you need me, or are you going to just go with the...
I think I'll just go with the...
Cool. Good. I was just worried because I just got invited to another dungeon with some other people.
Gotcha. I think I am, at least. They were mentioning dungeon in the quest text, and it made me... sounded to me like I was going to a dungeon.
Is it Deepholm or Deepcroft?
1,000 Maws of Toto Rock, maybe.
Ah, Toto Rock. This is so much better than it used to be. Like
How so?
It just got a huge. It used to be kind of a maze, and you had to pick up different little items that would let you move forward. And they've completely streamlined it. Just basically made it a straight path through.
Gotcha.
It's one that people will grind a lot when they're going, when they're leveling.
Gotcha.
And it's kind of cool. It was kind of cool just the first time, and then after that it became a huge pain.
Wow, it's gonna reduce me to level 16. No, level 24. Okay, I misread that. I was like, I can't be like double what the suggested level is. I do like the pre-dungeon
The cinematics.
dramatic look around.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Welcome back.
Ooh, Toto Rock.
I'm just happy to have a dungeon. It's like I saw members of the Warriors of Light or whatever it is this group is called, I forget, show up, and I'm like, oh, thank goodness, the plot has returned.
Yeah, the Scions, yeah.
Scions, that's what it is. Good at murder. It's a cell mite. Oh, I got there. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting fight.
Yeah, this dungeon was
They normally
Yeah,
they normally have me dodging stuff at least.
There were like 3 of these fights in the original dungeon, and it was more of a sort of mini, basically just a heftier mob.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was one of the dungeons that was redesigned, but
Pretty
in a
heftily.
different way. Well, it was redesigned visually, and like some of the overall dungeon mechanics were changed, but the bosses weren't.
Right.
Yeah, it's just one
As
of
much
those.
as the first 3 dungeons.
It was just one of those things where I was like, oh, they normally have me dodging stuff. Not that time. No, I've actually, like, mentally thought, like, oh, for low-level dungeons, they actually have you doing things the previous dungeons I've done.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, oh, you guys aren't having me do anything. This feels like a
Yeah,
step down what you've done before.
And ironically, it used to be they had you do more in this dungeon.
Yeah, the first 3 dungeons. Well, was it all 3 of them? Or was it just, Sorry, I'm talking while also trying to do...
Copper Bell got redone, right?
Copper Bell, all the bosses got redone because all the bosses used to suck.
Uh-huh.
Because... So, Realm Reborn dungeons had a were very interesting because they didn't really know what they were doing with the dungeons, so everyone felt very different,
Right.
for better or for worse. You'll also note-
It was the opposite problem, you know, because like they usually do very well because they focus more on story than mechanics. In some of the early dungeons, that was actually a failure. In other aspects of the game, it was a benefit, but in the early dungeons, I think it was a failure instead.
Yeah, so Stasha, for instance, they didn't really have too many boss mechanics outside of the final boss, but you had a lot more extra rooms to explore. That's not
Right.
necessarily a thing they do so much anymore. In
Well, and-
Copper Bell, all the bosses used to be very different types of fights, like basically ads fights.
Right.
Fights
And
with a lot of ads and not
and-
many mechanics. And then the
and-
slime fight was different.
Yeah. And then Totorak was just like everything was weird.
Yeah, because Totorak, you had to basically go through, there were little, what they called photo cells you had to gather.
Yeah.
So you had to explore the explore the dungeon, gather 4 photo cells, and then after you beat the mini boss, if you had 4 photo cells, you could fight the mini boss in advance. But if you didn't, you had to go down a separate route of the dungeon, get more photo cells, then come back.
And that'd open up the path.
And then later on in the dungeon, you had a lot of things where it's like spider webs would block your way and destroy. The floor would slow you down a
Gosh, I
whole
hate
lot.
the spider webs on the slow floor.
And then you'd have like exploding egg sacs where if you got too close, they would blow up and poison you.
I hate exploding egg sacs.
Yeah, so you had some like dungeon level mechanics that were more intricate, but like both of the mini bosses were those Coraline Ninetails little plant things. There is, thankfully, a somewhat interesting final boss to this dungeon, though.
Oh, excellent. So it's
I don't
like,
remember
like I
what-
said, like of the early game stuff, the thing that's I've been impressed with is level of detail on early bosses, because you know, with the early
Yeah.
bosses, you expect it to be fairly simple.
Yeah, and those early bosses, especially in Copper Bell, were hand redesigned, like just a patch or two ago, like 6.1, 6.2. If you still want to see what an OG dungeon is like, you can do one of the not MSQ required dungeons, like Hulatali.
Oh, Halatala.
You still get the Realm Reborn dungeon, where every boss except for one, has a phase that makes it untargetable. Or, not untargetable, but invulnerable. Maybe untargetable.
I just hate this. I think it's the second house in Palatali.
The
Especially if you're running with
lightning
squadrons.
trait. Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
If you're running with squadrons, it's awful because they just stand in the lightning.
And you have to run it with squadrons to level up.
Yep, you level up the squadron.
I proudly have those SWAT and push-up emotes.
Oh, so do I.
For what it's worth, the squadrons were a really nice way to level up side jobs beyond, you know, up to 50. Especially side jobs of like DPS, where otherwise you'd have a really long queue time.
Speaking of old dungeons, I just ran Aurum Vale to help someone level up.
Oh, Aurum Vale. Everyone loves Aurum Vale.
I have a dunce cap.
I hope Aurum Vale never changes. Everyone needs the wake-up call.
Yeah.
Every noob healer needs an opportunity to let their people die and not realize what's going on.
Oh, I just remembered what the Totorek final boss is.
Oh, you did? Rafalius or whatever it's called.
Is it a little dog too?
Oh no, it's a big. Well, do you
We'll
want?
find out.
Yeah.
Really close, so
Yep, you're on the
second
Third leg.
Corolla 9 carries.
yeah. This one does one thing the other one didn't.
Does it have a scintillating personality?
Possibly. It has two friends. But if I remember right, do they still cast slow?
I don't remember this one having two friends.
Halfway through the fight, if it's this one, it'll spawn two ads that they don't do much, but they poison and slow the tank.
Oh, he's right.
It's like I've ran this dungeon far too many times.
I just I no-brained this dungeon so many times that I've forgotten to do the specifics.
Yeah. Every time I would do a leveling roulette for like the first month or two, I got 1,000 Moss and Totorak.
Oh,
and I'm just
really?
like, does any other dungeon exist?
No.
I need to start doing roulettes. I have dungeon anxiety. I don't want to be that guy who has no idea what he's doing. Especially because I'm about now I want to level my tank and my healer, which is great because that means I'll basically insta-queue the leveling roulettes. But
Instant queue, but also a level of responsibility.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've started to pretty much only... Ever since I got into Shadowbringers, I've pretty much only tanked dungeons after that point. And that was my first time really tanking dungeons.
What do you tank as?
Paladin.
Okay.
Pretty well-rounded, has...
Is
I've
it fun
heard
to play?
Paladin's
Like,
questline sucks.
that's the only thing I really know about Paladin.
I like Paladin.
Sword and board, awful quest
I will let you know what Paladin's like to play after 6.3, because apparently Paladin's getting a redesign.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Paladin doesn't fit with the way that all the other jobs are working, and is causing issues apparently in like party finders and whatnot for high level content, so they're reworking the way Paladin's rotation works. So we'll see what that ends up looking like. I have no idea if it's going to be good or bad, but
Like, is it supposed to be as big a rework as the Summoners got, or?
I don't know. I don't think it's going to be quite as big as that, but it
Okay.
did. They did say in the live letter that just happened last night.
Haven't checked up on that one.
Yeah, I'm just going to pull the specific quote.
Do we have a date for 6.4 then?
Date
Or
for
6.35?
date for 6.3 will be in January of 20. Early January of 23.
Are we only on 6.2?
Yeah, we're still 6.28.
Okay.
Yeah, early January 23. And then they made like a joke comment about, oh, January 3rd? You think it's going to be then? It's a little bit early, isn't it? And so people are expecting like either the 3rd or the 10th because that fits into their like 19-20 week patch schedule so far.
Yeah. I don't need to go into spoiler details, but I am loving the current storyline. FF4 is my favorite.
Oh yeah. FF4...
I do mostly spirits nowadays. I used to do vanilla only. Sorry, I'm interacting with chat.
No worries. Please interact with chat.
Yeah, those are the types I usually do.
Yeah, I'm going through this.
I do not like the sound of that. It's all squishy.
No, but like, yeah, FF4 is my favorite in the sense, like, this whole expansion and these patches are just like a love letter to FF4.
They really are. It's been done very well. I have an interesting relationship with Final Fantasy IV in that I had never played it before, and so I finally played it before Endwalker. I finished it.
Okay.
But I played the port that they had on phone, which was it was just before the Pixel remasters came out. So it was the 3D version that was from the
be a shame, Bofu, to do a bunch of trainings and find out you're trained for the wrong thing.
For the phone port, they optimized, like, they changed some stuff. They had an option for a normal mode or a hard mode, and the hard mode was basically what the DS version was. I played it on hard. That game kicked my butt.
Yeah, it's
but I loved it. I love playing RPGs on hard because it makes me have to engage with the systems, otherwise I die.
Yeah.
Like, I played Bravely Default and I played Bravely Second on hard, and I died in, like, the first area to apples. That'll make sense to anyone who's played Bravely Second.
I haven't played any of the Bravely games.
Yes, there are monsters that are like little animated, like, poltergeist apples. It's delightful.
Yeah, see, Final Fantasy IV, for me, I played the original Final Fantasy when it came out, but FF4 is the one that got me hooked on it. And then when FF6 came out, I was just so hyped for it. I think that might be the first game I ever pre-ordered.
Wow. Yeah, speaking of new content, I'm currently doing one of the, doing a run through the new, variant dungeon right now.
I haven't done any of the variant dungeons, and I don't understand what they are enough to even get started.
Do you want me to give you a brief elevator pitch, no spoilers?
Doesn't bother me if it doesn't bother Splice.
I don't care.
Okay, so this
I don't
is
even know what we're
endgame
talking
content.
about.
It's brand new endgame content. Variant dungeons, basically, it's a dungeon that you can go to with any number, like up to 4 players. It will scale based on the number of players.
Okay.
There are multiple routes through the dungeon.
Now, are
you have to
they
basically do? Sorry, what?
are they based on previously existing dungeons, or are they new dungeons entirely?
It's a new dungeon entirely.
Okay.
At least this one is.
Okay.
There's currently only one. It came out in the last, sub-patch of the 625. Basically, you'll get in, and you'll be given a choice of, like, 3 doors. And then you'll go through, and you'll have other interactables that and putting you on different routes, as it were. Kind of like how, I'm trying to think, there's a lot of games that have like, first thing I can think of is dating sims, and the next thing I can think of is Star Fox Command, where it's like based on what you do, you're going to be set on a different route, which will give you a different ending.
Well, it's like, I mean, Star Fox 64, you could choose to go to this planet or this planet, and it will take you on a different path.
Yeah. And so there are some that are like straight choices, you know, pick right or left. There are some that's like, hey, either get hit by this mechanic or don't get hit by this mechanic.
Okay.
And we'll change you. And
it's a choose your own adventure game.
Basically. In this one, there are 12 different endings. If you get each of the endings, then you get a mount. Also, every run through, you get little token items that can be transferred, that you can buy, like a fun outfit or emotes for. But yeah, it scales based on how many players there are, 1 to 4. For the variant dungeon, you can change what your job is at any time inside, as long as you're not in combat. Yes. Doesn't say his name. Okay. I was about to say his name, and I'm like, I'm gonna wait until see if it says it.
Mayhap I might if I deign to speak in my guest crude tongue. We meet at last. I am Lahabrea of the Asians, servant to the one true God. Yours is a most fantastical tale.
Oh my gosh, this just made me happy. I came across
It is a tale.
Wait, Lahabrea? For some reason I thought it was the other, a different one. That was here. Has it always been Lahabrea?
Yeah. Everything, almost everything in ARR was Lahabrea.
All that stands between this world and darkness.
No, I guess the other one only shows up that once then. Okay.
The echo. Yes. Yours is a most fascinating tale. Alas, like all good tales, it must needs come to an end. But fear not.
Here, feel the presence of evil.
For the end of your tale is but the beginning of another. The tale of the crystal's demise.
Look this up. Is there a way to move this stupid thing part of the UI? It's not part of the regular base UI options. It's really annoying.
What is it?
You know how in like Endwalker, I guess that didn't happen before Endwalker, occasionally you'll have like someone else speaks to you and they'll have a little chat bubble thing. Well, throughout the variant dungeon that happens as well with like the NPCs that are following you. But unfortunately where it's popping up is blocking my list of buffs and debuffs on the boss.
Sorry, I got distracted. Somebody was messaging me. Can you repeat that? Oh, crap, yes. What is your character wearing, Splice? This is what the rhyme system is.
Is that the dunce cap of shame? what
I don't know. It's whatever. I just put on whatever it said the highest level stuff for me was.
That is...
Look, I'm at a birthday party, and you all just need to stop judging me.
I was gonna say, I feel like you're rocking the floor inspector look.
Are you talking about Preach?
Yeah.
Except
it's that same yellow pointy cap.
no, he's got
your
a
whole outfit isn't yellow though.
Preach has a top hat.
Okay, maybe it was like before Preach got the top hat.
Oh, I don't know that.
They only cared who I was until I put on the hat.
I think you need to be targeting the tail now, or maybe not.
I don't have the ability. Oh, I can target the tail. I hit tab.
Yeah, sometimes if it's not fully on screen, it won't let you tab to it.
Yeah, tab targeting is a little weird in this game.
Yeah, and so sometimes the bosses are a little bit odd when it's like, okay, the boss is hanging off the side of the arena and they're massive, but then you have to like have enough of the boss in frame in order to tab to it.
Is Halatali not an MSQ dungeon?
Nope, Holly is an optional dungeon.
I don't think I realized that.
They adjusted...
Sorry, did I just hear a goat?
Meh.
It wasn't intentional.
Or a sheep or something?
Maybe it was a cheat.
Yeah, their adjustments in like 6.1, 6.2, whatever, only applied to MSQ dungeons, like required MSQ dungeons. So things like Halatali, any of the hard mode dungeons.
Oh, the hard mode dungeons.
Yeah, they were a lot bigger of a thing in Realm Reborn.
Yep.
Because they would get like 3 different dungeons a patch, and they were central to the gearing grind.
Well, and they'd also advance like storyline. You know, like for example, the long stop. It's completely different when you go back.
Yeah.
So my hat is called the Cotton Sugarloaf hat.
Ah,
Sugarloaf, awesome.
that makes it better.
Whenever I finally get a woman, that's gonna be my nickname for her.
Sugarloaf? Not.
Yep.
I thought. What about what
I
was
also
it?
love that all of the gear pieces you get
Oh,
are like
kicks.
That's her nickname for me.
Okay.
all of the
you're
automatic
gonna be-
gear pieces you get through like Realm Reborn or through side quests or whatnot are randomly dyed as well. So that's like
Oh yeah, that's right.
honeybee or a yellow or something like that. It's a big lettuce.
Let us leave.
Yeah, variant dungeons, they're fun, they're kind of more casual content. Once you complete it, then you unlock the variant and criterion dungeons, which are like the expert level dungeons.
Which I also haven't done.
Yeah, which are, well, yeah, you need to clear variant at least once to unlock that. And then they're not multiple choice, they're hard locked, they're set party, stuff like that. Have you ever done any of like the Eureka or Boja stuff?
I haven't.
Okay, so they do a similar system with the duty actions, where it's like, yeah, in the bottom right is where default is, I guess. You'll have like 1 or 2
Special
bonus
actions.
like special actions. For the variant dungeons, you can pick from a list of like 6 different actions, and you can pick 2 of them. Basically, the idea is you can supplement your job
Mm-hmm.
with actions from other roles. So, for instance, if you want to go in as DPS, you can take like a damage reduction barrier and a heal, so that way you still have access to all of those things.
So that you can survive.
Yeah, if you're a healer or a tank, you have like a really high DPS like option you can pick to help you deal more damage, be a little more competitive.
Okay.
Mhm.
Interesting.
You can pick a raise, for instance, if you're going in, because you can go in as any party comp, you can pick a raise, so that way if someone else dies, you can raise them, even if you're not like a red mage or white mage or something.
Cool. Okay, I think I'm gonna run. I have a recipe for homemade Cheez-Its that I'm gonna go make.
Ooh, today's the day, huh?
Today is the day.
Homemade Cheez-Its? Have you made this recipe before?
I have not. This will be my first time.
Well, let me know how it goes.
He got a
Sounds
very
delightful.
special pizza cutter for this.
It has 5 cutters on it.
Oh. Do share pictures of progress.
Of progress, perhaps not.
Maybe not progress, but at least of the pizza cutter and of the Cheez-Its if they turn out.
Will do. All right,
Very
well, I
interesting.
will see y'all.
See ya.
Have fun. Yeah, Romanborn also doesn't help that very little is actually voice acted.
Yeah.
Makes everything feel a lot slower, a lot more exhausting.
All right. That's done. Now up to level 33.
I do like how they encourage you to do dungeons, because dungeons are the best, or some of the best, experience rates.
I'm used to more dungeon stuff because, you know, I come from WoW, and so everything
Yeah.
always ended at a dungeon.
Mhm.
But because WoW had a rough time of it, a lot of times you'd out-level the dungeon by the time you're done. Because every time they tried to do a stat squish, they had some issues. And they've been slowly but surely trying to figure out the better solutions for it.
Yeah, Final Fantasy sinks you down to, I think it's within 3 of the max level for the dungeon, 2 or 3.
It's something.
2 levels. Because I remember this because Arm Veil, the one we were talking about, is level 47 dungeon, and so it sinks you down to 49. One shy of 50, because as soon as you hit 50, you get access to your full kit for Romaborn, effectively unlocked eye level cap, all sorts of fun stuff. And Aurum Vale takes that from you. And also because it's sub 50, a lot of people walk in there with very poor gear, like eye level 20, 30 stuff, and it doesn't always end well.
Yeah, I'm still stuck with gear that's far below my level.
That's kind of going to be what you're going to have. Like, you have options to pick up gear whenever you complete certain quests. Mostly either your job quests or if you do sub-quests for an area, you'll get gear for stuff around there, but yeah, aside from that, you're mostly going to get gear from, like, dungeons. And then if you wanted to, you could, like, buy extra gear. Oh, your spirit bond's completing.
What?
One sec. Do you have to unlock materia extraction? Let me see.
I don't.
I'm noticing on the lower right your equipment inventory that has some green dots and some white dots.
Yeah, I don't know what any of that means.
Okay. Trying to think how to. It's not important.
I haven't done a single thing with materia, if that's what it means.
Yeah, which is why I'm like, do you have to do the quest to be able to like get it or not?
Could be. I haven't even tried.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I'm like, oh, this gear is going to be slowly replaced. Why bother?
Materia extraction is available to players at level 19. To unlock this ability, visit Swing Bros in the bonfire in Central Sandalwood and complete a side quest, Forging the Spirit. Okay. I guess not important then. Basically, this isn't necessarily investing in your equipment, but it's like creating materia from your equipment. I don't know how to explain it. It's a weird concept.
Is it disenchanting?
Not disenchanting. Basically, as your equipment, as you wear it while doing stuff that's on level for it, like fighting monsters that are around the level of your equipment or above it, it'll gain Spirit Bond. And then once it reaches 100% Spirit Bond, you'll be able to extract and create a materia from it. And then you'll still keep the armor and whatnot. It'll just go back to 0% Spirit Bond. Yeah. It's not really that
What does it
important,
do?
though.
I
Right
don't
now,
get
all
it.
you'd get is like level 1 materia, which only have value for people doing like relic quests.
What's a relic quest?
End of expansion, like really long grind for a cool looking weapon.
Gotcha. I need to go sync to that. Right. Yeah, I came into this town, but apparently I never attuned to this thing.
Those things that once you forget it once, you never forget it again.
I think you underestimate my ability to forget things.
Yeah, fair enough.
Please tell me I'm done with you weird lettuce fairies.
Report to Western. Oh wait, no, that's a leave quest. Yeah. Believe in yourself.
I don't understand what a leave quest is. Like, why is it called that?
Why is it called that? Beats me.
Yeah, that's the part that bugs me. It's a leave quest, and it's like, Why does everyone talk about this like that's normal? That makes no sense.
It's kind of like, why do you talk about any sort of game terminology as if it's normal?
Normally, they at least explain the words.
That's fair. It's like, what does leave? That was not as helpful as I had expected.
What?
I looked up what does leave mean, and Google said, do you mean live as like Portuguese? That means light. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's not Portuguese.
Probably correct.
Obsolete verb meaning to grant? What? What does live mean in Spanish? No. This is not helpful.
Doesn't sound very good.
Oh yeah, that's the part.
I think that'll be a good spot for me to end.
Okay.
Feel like finished a leg of the MSQ here. I feel like I'm finally done with the lettuce fairies. Oh, guess not.
For now. Maybe not.
Whoa. Okay. Maybe you should have summoned your lightning crystal a moment ago.
Gotta complete the collection.
Gotta catch them all.
just doesn't want to let me upload anything. That's
That's weird.
really annoying.
Yeah, I've never ran into that with YouTube before.
Yeah, like it says it's uploading, but it doesn't give me a time frame, and it's just kind of sitting at 0%. I let it be for an hour or two, came back, and it was at like 5%, and I'm like, what is eating all my uploads?
Something.
Yeah, I've never...
Oh. I've had it where it's like said it's not updating, but then all of a sudden it's at 100% out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. It's not like it's too long. I've uploaded this before. Maybe it's like a weird... Did I like format it weirdly or something?
Not sure.
But no, I reformatted it and it's still not... It's only a 2 gig video file. Come on, that's not that much.
Well, best of luck to you.
Yeah, definitely. Hope you have a good rest of your day.
I will. And you reward yourself for something. Keep you in my prayers, man. All right. Well, that's it for this today. Looks like no Persona 5 tonight, so we will wrap this up. Give me a moment. Come on. Stream Deck. What's wrong? There we go. All right. Let's get this outro. Oh, wait. The outro won't work when I'm on the wrong thing. There we go. There we go. All right. I will be back tomorrow for some Raid Boss Tower. So if you've been waiting for that for a little bit, tomorrow will be a good opportunity. I hope that will spark your fancy. I don't know why I did that hand motion. Sparkle your fancy. I don't look. Point is, I'm tired. I'm gonna take a nap and then I'm gonna DoorDash so that I don't fall asleep while driving. Until next time, you all will stay fit, keep sharp, make good decisions. Splice, out.